Hi guys, it's Amy with A2Z Stamping, and today I wanted to show you how to make these cute little bags that I filled mine with candy, but you could fill them with all different kinds of treats. The sides are just gusseted little bags, and you just need a piece of designer series paper, a 12x6 piece. So with our 12x12 paper cut in half, you could whip out a bunch of these and you can decorate them any way you want. So I thought I'd show you how easy these are to make. Oh, and just so you know, this little bag, it's a good size bag. So it's about 3 3/4 across and tall, so it's like it's square, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and about 1 3/4 inches wide. So you can get quite a bit in that little bag. It'd be perfect for sticking a gift card with some tissue or things like that. We're always looking for fun ways to present things. All right, so like I said, you need a piece of designer series paper, and I'm using paper from the Time for Tea, what's it called? Something tea. It's at the bottom of your screen. Sweet, and I just love this paper. This side has these pretty flowers, but this side has the Coastal Cabana with the crushed curry and the very vanilla. So pretty. All right, so let me show you. Actually, I gotta grab one more scrap piece of paper. Actually, now that I see I don't have it out. And we will be ready to go. Scrap piece of paper, where are you? Here we go. Okay. So for your designer series paper, it just needs to be 12x6. And you could also stamp an image that you like on some Whisper White, 12x12 Whisper White cardstock if you wanted to. And you'll need your scoreboard or whatever you score with. I like to use the Simply Score. Okay, and we're gonna feed it in here. And with this tea time, it's just paper. It's pretty thin. It's not thick like cardstock, so I want to be careful when I am scoring it so I don't tear the paper. But paper will work, but just remember, if you're going to be putting something pretty heavy in your bag, you might want to use cardstock or something that's a lot thicker, which some of our designer series papers are. All right, so we're going to score this at 1 3/4, 5 1/2, 7 1/4, and 11. Then we're going to rotate it, and we're going to score it at 1 3/4, and we're going to score it at 5 1/2. Okay, so as you can see, this end is much thinner, a little piece, than this end. So just remember which ones you're wider and which ones you're thinner. Okay, so what we're going to do is, that's all of our scoring. So we can move this, put this away, and then we're going to burnish it. So let me grab my bone folder. So we should have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we should have these 2. So we have the wider end that folds in. But with that skinnier piece, we're actually going to burnish it the opposite direction. So we're going to burnish it this way, because that's that little lip that's showing at the top. Right here. All right. Okay, so this is what our bag looks like. And actually, I like to take a little bit of my just snail adhesive, and I'm just gonna put some, just a little bit along this, because I like to just go ahead and stick it down, especially these, oh my goodness, having ribbon sticking to me, these ends. There we go. Okay, just like so. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is we have to do a little bit of trimming. So I'm not sure what side you guys can see better on here, but you will have one on this little bottom section, because this is the bottom of our bag. You have one little tiny rectangle. We can go ahead and get rid of that. So go ahead and cut that one off. Completely. Okay. And then we're going to just cut up the rest of these to make our tabs. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now we have these flaps and that little rectangle gone. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this together. So what I like to do is let's grab our tear and tape, and we're gonna put that right here on this outside piece right here. See if I can do it without taping myself together. You could use something like snail adhesive, but it's not quite strong enough, I don't think, to hold bags together, especially if you're gonna put a treat in them. I mean, if you were gonna put something really lightweight, like maybe just a gift card, snail would probably work fine. If you still have the fast fuse that we used to carry, that would work great. Okay, and we're also going to stick adhesive down on our bottom tab. So let's go ahead and stick the adhesive on this one right here, this long tab right here. I like to really reinforce the bottom of my bag, and one way of doing that is with a lot of adhesive. You could also cut a little piece of like chipboard or cardboard to stick in the bottom. If you were gonna put something heavy, that would work also. So I'm sticking one on this flap right here, and then I'm also gonna stick some on the inside of this flap, the other long flap. Because the reason I'm doing both of them is to really reinforce it, which makes the bag stronger with all this adhesive. Okay, so 1 and 2. And the tear and tape is a really strong adhesive. I'm pleased with it. So make sure you give them all a good rub. We're gonna leave those bottom ones for a second, and let's go ahead and peel this side piece off. I don't recommend peeling them all at once because you'll end up sticking together in places you don't want to, and it's a big old mess. All right, so go ahead and just fold that down, and this should fold straight over it. You should be able to fold just like that. All right, so it comes together just like so. All right, so for our bottom, so we have these 2 little flaps. Go ahead and push those in, and we're gonna start with the flap, this one right here, that we put adhesive on this side. Actually, let's go ahead and, nope, we did it right. So this one where the adhesive's on the outside, let's peel that off. And then, so this will stick, this will go straight down, but it's not sticking to anything yet because this one's gonna stick over the top. So you kind of get one shot to kind of stick it on nice and straight. Go ahead and peel this one off too. And like I said, if you're not gonna put something really heavy in your bag, you don't need to bother doing double adhesive. You could skip doing it on this one and just do it on this outer one, and that would work fine. Come on. My last little piece doesn't want to come off here. There we go. Okay, so like I said, make sure your bag is nice and straight, and then just kind of gently, there we go, and press. And then I like to just take it and press down. All right, so there's our cute little bag. Get rid of all this garbage. Now is a good time to fill the bag. So I'm just filling mine with candy. I have just a mix of, it's a Reese's mix, but you could fill yours with whatever you want. Actually, that is more candy than I wanted to put in there. Okay, that looks good. And then you just pinch the sides of your bag together like so. And your side should just sort of gusset in just like that, and they're doing that. And if you kind of wiggle your candy, you can get it to, there, that looks perfect. And I'm turning my bag this way because this is where it was, right here is where it was glued together, and I want that facing the back. There, that's perfect. And like I said, if you just kind of jiggle what's inside, move it around a little, you can make your gussets a little better. So simple, isn't that cute? All right. So what we're gonna do is you need to punch holes in the top. So I'm grabbing my hole punch here. And I just eyeball it. I mean, if you really want it precise, you could measure and mark with a pencil and all that, but like I don't even, I'm okay with eyeballing it. So I'm going to, I wanna do 2 holes. So I'm gonna do one right here. Come on. So see, I've got one right there. So I'm gonna do my other one about right here. Okay, so there's my 2 holes. Okay, and then I grab this ribbon here. This is actually the Tea Room ribbon. in Coastal Cabana. So this comes in a 2-pack, but this one that you get is the Coastal Cabana with this copper trim. So pretty. So I'm going to feed that through. And then you just feed it through the other side to come back through. You could use a thicker ribbon. I like this thin ribbon because obviously it goes through the holes quite easily. Baker's twine would work as well. And I'm just going to tie a sweet little bow if I can. Okay. And this ribbon is actually a really nice ribbon. Ties pretty easily. That looks pretty good to me. So I'm just going to cut this off. Okay, so there I go. I have my cute little bow. And then, of course, we have to put a tag on the front. So I grabbed the new Falling for Leaves stamp set. So this is in the brand new upcoming holiday catalog, which goes live September 5th. Isn't this great? It's called Falling for Leaves, and it has all these different leaves and sentiments. I'm going to use the Thinking of You with a Grateful Heart. I love that. And this does have coordinating thinlits called Detailed Leaves. And these are really cool with some borders and things like that. And I am going to be, and I already used this one right here to cut this out, these leaves in Coastal Cabana. Isn't that so neat? And I did it on this one in crushed curry, so just the opposite. But aren't those cool? Again, these are available starting September 5th, Falling for Leaves. Okay, so I am going to grab the, what am I grabbing? This sentiment. Thinking of You with a Grateful Heart, and I've got that right here. And I'm going to stamp that in the Coastal Cabana ink. And since this is a photopolymer stamp set, clear, that means it's clear, see-through, I'm going to put a foam mat down, and I'm going to stamp that in very vanilla, since that is what my bag is. And I'm just going to stamp this right here. Perfect. And let me clean this off. It's not going to be great for Thanksgiving time and doing things, this stamp set. All right, close this off. And I'm going to punch this out with my 2 1/4 inch circle punch. Okay. And then I grabbed my Layering Circles Framelits dies right here. They have the regular and the scallops. And I already cut out a circle, this one right here, in crushed curry, just to save some time. And I'm going to go ahead and mount this right on there. Now you could decorate the front of your bag before you fill your bag. It's a little bit easier to get stuff to stick to it. But it's okay. It's okay to work with this too. I'm going to actually grab my silicone mat, because I want to stick some multi-purpose glue on the back of this guy. So I just have my multi-purpose glue here, and I'm just going to dab some glue wherever I can fit some in here. The fine tip glue pen would work great for this too. But I just want to get glue in places so it sticks. All right, and I'm going to stick adhesive on the back of this guy. Okay, so this is going to go right here on the front of my bag, and this I'm going to put right next to it, right here, and like that's what the glue is for. Stick it on there, and we kind of press it in place, and it'll glue on there pretty quick. And that is my bag. Isn't that darling? Thinking of You with a Grateful Heart. And again, here's the one I did earlier. So this one's actually in Whisper White. This one's in Very Vanilla. You could barely tell the difference. I think it would have been okay with either. Isn't that so pretty? And again, this is that Tea Room Designer Series paper. I love it. But this is going to be a fun set to start using in the fall, especially for Thanksgiving time. I love that Harvest of Thanks, and then just the Thankful, so pretty. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video of making this cute little gift bag, and that you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.